The Golden Mongoose. After the Pandavas won the war, Yudhishthir became the emperor of the land. He performed many yagnas and made large donations to all those who approached him for help. In time, word spread about his large heartedness. One day, a little mongoose came to the site of one of the Yudhishthir's yagnas and began rolling in the ashes from the ritual. One half of the mongoose's body was golden. When the murmurs finally settled down and the mongoose had rolled around in the ashes, to his satisfaction, he spoke in a human voice. O King Yudhishthir, I have heard great praises of your yagnas and the lavish donations you make to those in need, but I am disappointed. I wasn't expecting you to conduct a yagna in this ordinary way. Yudhishthir was hurt by the mongoose's words. I have followed all the rules for performing this puja. How can you call this ordinary? He asked. Let me tell you about my experience of a great yagna, said the mongoose. The audience felt silent, keen to hear the mongoose's story. In a small village not far from here, the mongoose began. There once lived an old man, along with his wife, son, and daughter in law. They were very poor and could barely make ends meet. To add to their woes, a famine struck their land and the family began to starve. One day, the old man found a little rice for his family from somewhere. His wife cooked the rice and divided it into four parts. Just as they were about to eat, there was a knock on the door. When the old man opened it, he found a man looking so fatigued that he was about to drop on the floor. Taking pity on the unexpected visitor, the old man invited him inside and remarked, You look hungry. Yes, I have been wandering around for a long time. It has been several days since I have eaten, said the visitor. You have come at the right time. We were just about to have our meal. Please take this portion and satisfy your hunger, said the old man, and offered his share of the food to him. Too tired to even thank the host, the traveler took the bowl and wolfed down the rice in less than a minute. Then he looked at the old man. He was still hungry. The old man's wife now came forward and gave away her portion too. Seeing her husband's surprised face, she said, This man is our guest. When you have been so kind to give our visitor your portion and are willing to go hungry for another day, then it is my duty to do the same. The traveler ate the second helping, but he still looked hungry as he'd walked in through the door. Now the old man's son came forward. When my parents can go hungry, I can too. Thus the traveler ate the son's portion too. Finally, the daughter in law also offered her share. The old man stopped her, saying, You are the youngest in the family. I cannot let you starve. The daughter in law smiled and said, Feeding our guest is like performing a yagna for the gods above. The three of you have been selfless. I would like to give my portion as an offering to the yagna too. And she too handed over her share to the traveler. The visitor blessed the family, saying, You have given me everything without keeping anything for yourself. This is the most sincere yagna I have ever seen. May God bless you. Almost as if this was some kind of a test, God Himself arrived and began escorting the family to heaven. It was then that I happened to pass this house and saw all of them going to heaven. The mongoose's voice rang loud and clear as the people in the yagna returned to the present moment after having been completely transfixed by the story. I glanced around and saw a scrap of food lying on the ground nearby. Before I knew it, I slipped and fell on the food. When I got up, I found that the side of my body that had fallen on the food had been transformed into gold. The mongoose turned slightly to display the golden half of his body. I wanted to transform my entire body, but there was no more food left. That's why my body looks like this. Now he added. Since this happened to me, I have been traveling from one yagna to another in the hope of turning my other half into gold. But I couldn't find a single worthy yagna. When I heard about King Yudhishthir and this yagna, I was sure that my wish would be fulfilled. But alas, O king, Your yagna is not as sincere or pure as the one performed by the family of that poor man. The golden mongoose then disappeared from sight. Yudhishthir felt humbled. He had been taught an important lesson. It is not the lavishness of a gift that counts, but the purity of one's soul and the spirit of sacrifice that makes a yagna successful. Jai Shri Ram!